Hello everyone, this is Dan Kocel with Core Music, and today we're going to discuss the song Superman by Five for Fighting. An interesting fact is that the group name Five for Fighting is actually a hockey term for a 5-minute penalty for fighting. The song was originally released in April of 2000, and the song was trying to look at things through Superman's point of view. So I'd like to discuss the song, but first of all, we'll go ahead and play the song for you so you can get a good feeling for the lyrics, and then we can move forward and discuss what the song is really actually about from the artist's perspective, John Ondrasik, who is Five for Fighting, and also some other people's take on the song. So let's go ahead and get into the song now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to play the song through and listen to the lyrics very closely. And then after the song is over with, we'll discuss and get into a deeper meaning of what the song is all about and what the artist meant to portray when he wrote the song. So let's get into it. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find a better part of me. I'm more than a bird, I'm more than a plane, I'm more than some pretty face beside a train. And it's not easy to be me. I wish I could cry and fall upon my knees, find a way to lie about a home I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even heroes have the right to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede? Even heroes have the right to dream, and it's not easy to be me. Up and away, away from me. Well, yeah, it's alright. Can all sleep sound tonight. I'm not crazy or anything. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Men were meant to ride with the clouds between their knees. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet, digging for kryptonite on this one-way street. Only a man in a funny red sheet, looking for a special thing inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, yeah, inside of me, inside of me. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet. I'm only a man looking for a dream. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be me. Okay, well, as I said at the very beginning, that the song was written from Superman's point of view. He's a superhero who is misunderstood, and he's not as powerful as people see him. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet, he says. Superman, is invincible, but he also has feelings. And while he's off saving the world, sometimes he wonders if anyone thinks about what he's really going through. So the song really was written by John Ondrasik, and it portrayed the way he felt at the time. He had just released his first album, which was called Message for Albert, in 1997, and it went absolutely nowhere. So he felt really discouraged and everything, and he was explaining what really led him to write this song, which appeared in the very next album. Andrasik said that his frustration and the inability to be heard really was what made him write that song. And he explained later that 10 years later, it was pretty damn easy to be me. I could never write that song now, he said, because I found out that it's really easy to be me. Back in the day when he first wrote the song, it was a song of his feelings. But then after the September 11 attacks, the song became very, very popular, almost an anthem. Many radio stations played them over and over and over. Andrasik heard from, many other people, emergency workers, first responders, and others who, found it a source of comfort, after the attacks. He performed the song in October of 2001 at the Concert of New York, or for New York. It was a tribute to the police, firefighters, first responders, all the rescue workers that were involved in the World Trade Center attacks. It was a very touching moment, and he called this performance the most important thing he ever will do musically. Other people's feelings is that people look at things in other people, their greatness and outward appearance, and even though someone seems to be perfect, there's a lot of pressure on them to do so, to be perfect. So the song talks about Superman because he's as perfect as a man can be. He can do almost anything. He's well known for fighting crime and for saving the day. But people see him only and judge him only by his outward appearance. But he wants people to realize that he's a person too, and there's way too much pressure on him to reveal the truth of the way he feels. And he wants he wants to be anything like everyone else, and he wants to be a normal person and not what people make him out to be. Some of the people have have written in and said that they felt that the song presumably was written about those type of people like music artists, people like actors and actresses, people like our firemen and our all of our first responders. They have a life too, even though they're heroes in our respect, or we look up to them. It's trying to tell us that even though they're perfect in our eyes, they still have feelings. So we need to make sure that we appreciate those feelings. He wrote the song, when he wrote the song, he said, I really couldn't write the song today because, the words, it's not easy to be me. I found out after many years, he said, that he found that it was easy to be him. And, he knows that real people have real challenges. So, he wrote the song after thinking about it now. He said the song is about our troops, people who have issues, people dying of cancer, patients, autistic people. He's trying to let everyone know that those people are supermen, and they have feelings too, so we need to really be concerned about those feelings. And he really enjoys the fact that, after the attacks, that people found comfort in that song, and, that they really embraced the song. And I think that alone, even though the song wasn't written about that, it became an anthem after the 9/11 attacks. So I hope that you got a good understanding of what this song is really about, what it was when he originally wrote the song, and what it is after the 9/11 attacks, where he really went out and reached out with his song and his words to those first responders and everyone that was there helping out, after the 9/11 attacks on the towers. So I hope you enjoyed this. And as I said in my previous video, that I want to do more and more of these type of things where we take a deep dive into our songs and get a good understanding for what those songs were written for and what other people feel about it when they listen to those songs. So if you have any suggestions, please put a song down in a comment, and we will go ahead and look at those songs and pick a few of those out and go through doing a deep dive in those songs. And one last thing before I let you go, please go down, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and like what you've heard today. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.